Anger as Chinese firm gets their hands on British tech giant on the cheap for £580 million as analysts claim it's worth closer to £5 billion. A pioneering British microchip firm that was controversially sold to foreign buyers has fallen into the hands of a state-backed Chinese company. A division of Arm Holdings, which was sold to Japan's Softbank for £24 billion 2 years ago, is being sold to a Chinese consortium for £580 million, although some analysts say its true worth is closer to £5 billion, leading to fears it has been sold on the cheap. Arm designs microchips that are used in most of the world's smartphones and also for connecting digital devices. The deal means Softbank no longer controls the Chinese part of the business, which accounts for roughly a fifth of Arm's sales. It will also make it easier for China to gain access to closely guarded designs, something that has sparked security concerns because of the consortium's links with the Chinese government. Opponents of Arm's takeover said the Chinese deal proved their fears had been correct, and they accused British ministers of failing to impose tough conditions on who the business could be sold on to. Sir Gerald Howarth, a former Tory defence minister, said Arm's technology risked being turned against Britain. Experts had previously warned Chinese firms might build backdoors into their microchips which allow devices to be secretly hacked. In the U.S., President Donald Trump has blocked similar takeovers that risked putting American chip companies into Chinese hands. Arm's Chinese division may have been sold on the cheap. Its estimated value, according to Reuters, is about £5 billion. Softbank would not reveal why it had sold at such a reduced price, but analysts suggested it could allow Softbank to make further investments in China by refinancing the division. Sir Gerald said, "The government should exercise great discretion in releasing British technology secrets to other countries. We should be exercising extreme caution to ensure our technology does not end up being used by the Chinese military. That is not being protectionist, it is protecting Britain's national interest and the security of its people." Under the latest Arm deal, Softbank will surrender majority control of Arm Technology China to Chinese buyers led by Hapu Investment Management, which is backed by China's Sovereign Wealth Fund and its Silk Road Fund. Sir Vince Cable, leader of the Liberal Democrats, said the deal was exactly what the government was warned about, adding, "Now you have got a situation where its technology has been sold to a Chinese company, which like all companies there is under the control of the Communist Party. It completely vindicates the concerns people raised about the takeover of Arm." Critics complained Arm's original sale, announced and completed in less than 3 months, was allowed through at breakneck pace because ministers were worried about tarnishing Britain's business-friendly reputation in the aftermath of the Brexit vote. Softbank said Arm's deal would allow the company to expand its activities in China. A UK government spokesman said, "While we are aware of the proposed deal and are monitoring the situation, this is a commercial matter for the companies involved." What is Arm Holdings? Arm is a British microchip design firm founded in 1990 and based in Cambridge. Its chips are used in most smartphones around the world, as well as a host of other digital devices. It employed about 6,500 people and sold 15 billion chips a year. Who owns it? Arm was a British company listed on the London Stock Exchange. But in 2016 it was controversially sold to Japanese technology giant Softbank for £24 billion and stopped being a part of the FTSE 100. Why was the sale controversial? Experts warned that it would allow pioneering technology and patents to fall into the hands of foreign firms. They also warned that it would lead to jobs being cut in the UK. What has happened? Softbank has sold Arm's business in China, which accounts for about a fifth of its sales, to a consortium of Chinese investors. The deal is worth £580 million, although some industry analysts estimate the value of the Chinese division is closer to £5 billion, meaning the firm could have been sold on the cheap. What does this mean? The Chinese consortium that has bought Arm is mainly backed by a firm called Hapu. This in turn is backed by the Chinese Sovereign Wealth Fund and its Silk Road Fund, both investment vehicles set up by the Beijing government. China has been desperate to get its hands on microchip technology to use in its weapons and space industry. Security experts fear ARM's closely guarded chip designs could fall into the hands of the Chinese government, and that it could exploit them for spying.